Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
A warm welcome to this technical outreach session on the 14th edition of Defense India Startup Challenge, DIS 14, organized under the Innovations for Defense Excellence IDEX framework. So DIS 14, along with ADITI 4.0 and Drishti challenges have been recently launched by the Honorable RM during the NDIC event. So 208 problem statements have been released under the IDEX framework, representing a tremendous opportunity to develop indigenous solutions that will strengthen our armed forces and to propel Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. Out of 208, 82 challenges from the Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, and Indian Coast Guard have been launched under DIS 14. 25 challenges focusing on high impact and critical technologies across the Tri-Services and Defense Space Agency have been launched under ADITI 4.0, and 101 challenges from 16 DPSUs, laying a strong emphasis on design-led innovation, have been launched under Drishti. So for all these, like grants up to rupees 1.5 crore under DISC 14 and up to rupees 25 CR in ADITI 4.0 are offered, while Drishti projects are supported and funded by the respective DPSUs. So in today's session, the Indian Air Force will be providing technical insights and a deeper understanding of the released problem statements. So we will be covering 3 problem statements under DIS 14. Composite situational awareness picture CSAP, then development of anti-drone munition of following types to be fired from 7.62/5.56 mm caliber rifles for countering drones, and the last one will be RF jamming equipment compatible with kinetic weapons. So for information, like if there is any Q&A, that will be entertained post briefing by the nodal officer. So without any further delay, I now invite our nodal officer and Directorate of Aerospace Design to moderate and deliver the opening remarks and set the context for challenge number 52, that is Composite Situational Awareness Picture, CSAP. Over to you, sir. IF. Indian Air Force, can you confirm our audio?
I am good, Group Captain Kanav, DAD. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, where user is audible. Who's this?
Sir, from DAD, I am Group Captain Kanav. I can hear you clearly, sir. From IDEX, Mr. Ankur is there.
Okay.
Problem statement, sir.
Hi, I'm good. Are you awaiting to upload
Ma'am, we
the
can.
PPT? So can you please flash the problem statement that is?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to request you to please zoom it in.
Okay, I'm from DAD. Just for a kind of overview of all participants. Firstly, this first statement which we are going to discuss and take on queries is regarding requirement of a composite situational awareness picture. So as all audiences aware, a lot of counter US systems are being integrated into armed forces because of the evolving threat of US. So towards that, what Air Force is seeking is an integrated solution wherein various counter US elements which are being integrated in isolation are combined along with another additional sensor of intrusion protection security system which Air Force is already onboarding to give us a combined or composite situational awareness picture. So what we seek is that sensors of Ankur, you can scroll down to para 2, please. Integration capability. We are looking at capability to integrate sensors of counter UAS, both passive as well as active radars. Involve our updation of location data of all static, mobile, patrolling QRT elements. This should generate a high resolution picture for us, and targets picked up by CUS server should be indicated as symbols on a layered map on the layout of system, and subsequent paras give out little specifics of what all additional features we want when we look for a solution like so. As I appreciate, all users would have gone over the problem statement. So without any further delay in the time industry has in seeking questionnaire, I'll open the forum to queries by industry. So how we'll go about is, I will request Ankur, he can regulate the how questions are being taken. Any specific questions which are with respect to the solution being sought, I will request user directly to answer. Any process related queries, DAD and DIO will take on. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'll request innovators, if you have any queries regarding this particular problem statement, you may engage.
Can I ask questions, sir?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, sir. This is Krishnakant from Ajayan. Okay. So, like what kind of existing infrastructure you have, like the server network or the middleware you have, will CSP need to integrate with the GDCC? So, can you please tell me that, to understand?
Okay. This is Kumdo Pradeep here. Kanav, can I answer this?
Affirmative, sir, please.
Yeah. So the GDCC is a ground defense control center, which is a command and control center located at a single location, which is a nerve center from where all activities take place for defending that base. Now, all these sensors which are located for perimeter protection existing, it could be radar, it could be cameras, it could be IR illuminators, and other motion sensors. As of now, we have this data flowing into the GDCC and a common picture in form of a composite picture is available, or it can be made available. So when this is there, we want these US systems also getting integrated into it. That means when I get a ground threat coming in the form of 2-3 intrusions by people entering the base or a drone coming in, all these things should come in a single window for me. Anything more?
No, I think I got it. Now, sir, so there will be some legacy system as well, right, in the infrastructure, right? So,
Yeah.
so you wanted to be the interoperability for the both legacy system as well as the advanced US system, right?
Correct. So right now we already have both perimeter protection systems and counter US systems already installed in the bases. So we need to integrate these together into this common window one, and the ones which you're going to buy in future also should have the facility to ride onto it.
Okay, sir. Excellent, sir. Sir, we're asking few clarity because to give the solution. Would there be any other API standard, the protocol to be followed for define the COS and the IPS sensor data integrations, ingestions? Like you have
all the
256 now.
all the sensors which are there on IPSs, which is the existing system, like sir has told, the picture is coming to GDCC. It is based on IP schema network, and
okay,
standard OFC network is there.
okay,
And the systems which are there, all CUS systems, they are also IP based only. The data which is coming to C2 of the respective CUS system
okay,
is through a normal cable. That is what you say. This is not OFC cable, the normal LAN cable which is there. So there is a provision wherein we, like a base would have got 4 different CUS systems. First, we would like them to be combined, and then this combined picture coming to GDCC. So it is feasible. That is the only reason we had floated this proposal.
okay, okay. Understood, understood.
No, so what your question is API, no?
Right, API.
So there will be difference in different systems.
Okay.
Yeah. So API of counter UAS system with an RF detector or radar interfacing could be different, but we'll share those data with you.
Okay. Basically, there will be a lot of APIs we can integrate it and display that thing.
Yes, you've seen IACCS by any chance? People are aware of it? No. Okay.
No, sir. No.
Okay. ठीक. Yeah. Anything else?
Another thing is for sir. Yes, just a minute. The alarm we are talking about, right? This alarm should be like on the screen itself, or is there any kind of sound, or it will be integrated in the different command center for when the alarm will come up. Like
Okay. 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 I got a point. See, right now we have a system in which, for example, the perimeter protection in which, if there is an intruder coming, intruder is much away from us. Let us assume the intruder now is on the ground, a man, in the air, a drone, in 3D scenario in the air. Now, when he is approaching, the moment my radar picks him up, it could be at 5 kilometers, or on ground it could be at 2 kilometers. The moment he picks him up or he gets him on the system, and I identify him as a enemy, or my artificial intelligence data, that is AI solution, tells me that this is an enemy, his color should change, and there should be an audio alarm at the perimeter and in the GDCC. At the perimeter, why? Because the guard standing will get an alert that somebody is going to come inside me, and I have to shoot him down. So he picks up his gun and he's now scanning the air to shoot somebody down. So that audio alarm should be there.
Okay, I got it. Now for this information on the AI, so that AI also developed to be part of this scope, or your AI system always give us the input through API?
It will
No, it will be part of this. Part of this.
Part of this. Okay, understood. Okay. So basically, you'll be getting the raw data from the different sources, and we have
Correct.
to build the top of that AI tool to give you the alarm, right? Okay.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
there is another serial number 4. If you read serial number 4, it relates to if a guard is seeing it visual, there
Right.
should be facility with the guard also to generate an alarm which should come to GDCC.
Excellent. Okay, got it. So there is one thing.
Hello, this is Jatin Vyas. On the point regarding the guard, right? So I understand we have to do identification as well as creation of the composite picture. So do the guards have the hardware already in place? So like
No,
suppose we get
No, they don't have
They don't have anything. So
Okay.
primarily, if I am a guard standing at the perimeter, if I see a drone coming, I need to have a facility wherein I just push it or do something which sends a generation alarm to the GDCC showing the guard location and the sector from which is where it is approaching.
No, I understood your question. You are saying if the guard activates this, how will it get communicated to the center? No, it can
Yes.
either be on a LoRaWAN or on a riding on a OFC network. That we'll get back to you. This clarification we'll get back to you. Whether if there is a OFC network already laid out, can it ride on it, or there is a LoRaWAN required on an iPad or something like that? That we'll get back to you. Kind of this point we'll get back to them.
Sure.
Hello.
Thank you. And another point.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just a moment. So does the guard also have the ability to convey the coordinates or broad direction?
So
Or
that is
is it just
that iPad or pad that he will have when he activates, automatically it should tell the center, the GDCC, the command and control center, that it is this location where that option should be there in the guard.
Correct.
So it could be an iPad, or it could be a iPad is what I can think of, or something like that. Tablet kind of a thing.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, is there a
Hello.
method that today intruder or threat detection is automatically detected through the perimeter security? Is IFF already integrated and part of the threat detection?
Yes. If the perimeter security solution, it is there. We have visual analytics.
Okay, so you are looking for a system of systems, right? There are two different systems, and then you are trying to integrate and bring a central command system, and
Absolutely.
where complete threat can be monitored, and also autonomous action or manual actions can be initiated through the guard.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you got it right, because the moment I should be able to switch on my jammer sitting at the command and control center, the moment my guard presses or the radar of my COS detects and identifies enemy, from the command and control center, I should be able to give a command that jammer to be on, something like that.
So we don't have to build a logic on IFF, right? The threat is already classified in your system.
Yes, yes, you will not be doing on the IFF whose friend foe you don't have to define. Visual analytics, yes, if you can give in the system. It will be difficult. Yeah, we can discuss on that. I don't know whether how will you do it.
And what are the
I can
base systems?
keep
And
that away from this.
the two systems that you talked about, what kind of systems are they? From the backend,
Like what question? Kind means what?
from the backend perspective, right? What platforms are they which we have to integrate as a system of systems?
Linux,
Both are Linux-based systems.
Linux-based systems.
And
Sir, you talked about hardware sensor. Sorry, but are we going to have to build the hardware also, or is this purely a software only system? Because you talked
No,
about alarms and everything.
You will have to give a hardware integration into it. Yeah.
Like display, you have to give.
No, display to theek hai, sir. But you talked about, right, the guard has to press a button, which will integrate into the system. So does that mean the hardware is also going to be part of this requirement?
Yeah, presently there is no mechanism wherein guard can send a alert.
Once again, I got your point. How will the guard get this data to us? Is what you're asking. So, this scope, this scope will have to be generated. Will be there. It will have to be included.
Okay, so hardware and software.
We have put in the problem statement. We have written facility to generate alarm should be provided.
Right.
Now the question here is, when you facility to generate alarm, how the data moves from the guard to control center, I'll get back to you. That part.
And excuse me, what would the format of this data be? From the guard to the control center?
Format means like what, in audio or video? What?
No, is it going to be text or encrypted, or is it?
No, it will be giving the encrypted location of the guard, which will identify the control center. Will tell it is post number 5, and from post number 5, the enemy drone is coming in from north direction.
Okay, and
Should be able to enter on the iPad or something, or on the tablet, or whatever it is, north, east, south direction. If I give him a small piece of button based thing, he should be able to press north, so, or south or east. So, and it says that north it is coming. So that data in the GDCC will tell post number 6 is telling me there is something approaching from the north.
Now suppose there are multiple guards across, how many maximum number of targets would come simultaneously to my control system?
Yeah. So now the question is, that is why we have told there composite picture. So now when the two guards are reporting the same, though it should come as a common picture to the user to take a decision.
They may be common, they may not be common, but the system should judge whether they are common.
In a swarm scenario, it might not be common. There will be two separate drones detected by two people separately, two radars separately detecting. It can happen.
Okay. Now, when we talk about high resolution maps at the background, these maps would be provided by you, or this would be a part of the system?
Map would be part of the system. You can use any open source map.
Or open high resolution.
It will be geotagged. It has to be geotagged. No, geotagged map.
geotag maps.
Yeah.
But open source maps, will they be good enough for this kind of a decision making?
This point, Kanav, I'll get back whether we can provide a geotag map during development process itself, or open source geotag is available. Open source geotag map is available. It might not be very accurate,
Okay.
but I'll get back to you on this. These 2 points. This is also I'm noting it down, Kanav. I'll get back to you on this.
How much?
Parag,
What is the time frame for development of this, which you give it to the vendors?
Kanav, you can answer.
Sir, time period in all IDEX cases is firstly proposed by the startup in the first place, that as per their proposal, how much developmental time they are looking at. However, essentially for ground-borne systems and for a system like this, we expect developers to give us a timeline of development maximum within a period of 1 to 2 years and not exceeding that. Only for airborne systems, we look at development time of 2 to 3 years because it requires airworthiness certification. So any timeline between 1 maximum up to 2 years is something which we expect.
Okay, thank you.
So it will be preferably not to cross 1 year, because the user requirement is much more, and there is development already happening around the world on this.
Sure.
Parag Salve here from Thalmar Corporation, registered as Garudsat India. Quick question. So the input to the system can go from the guards, but the input to the system can also go from CCTV cameras on site, which are through visual cues getting the sources of enemy as well, or has it to come from guard only?
No, so the existing CCTV outputs we will give you, and the same thing can ride on to that. CCTV. I'll get back to you. CCTV, which is not there in the IPSS system. You're saying no?
Yeah, I mean, if there are CCTVs on site,
No, you can keep it out of it. You can keep it out of it.
Oh, so CCTV is not part of the system. It's just the
Which is
guard.
not there in IPSS. Which is not there in IPSS. If it is there in IPSS, automatically this data to you in the form of intrusion.
Okay, so CCTV is not part of the IPSS. It's just the
No,
guards who will be.
CCTV is part of the IPSS, but in IPSS, CCTV automatically is integrated into the system.
Okay, perfect. So CCTV can also detect
So
these
whenever
weapons and
when CCTV is
automatically.
detecting, in IPSS, whenever CCTV is detecting an intruder, it is automatically giving me a solution that somebody is there on a on the software.
Oh, so that solution is already there from the CCTV.
Yeah, correct, and plus visual analytics. If it will be a blue, it will be a green box initially. If he starts running, if the box turns red, that is there with me already.
Oh, okay, got it.
Sir, I have a
I'll
basic
get back
question.
to you whether I can share it with. Tell me.
Is the command control center decimating the alert information to the guards, or it is guards that are sending the alert information to command control center?
Both.
So it's two-way. So today, any decision support system is available at to the guard apart from the visual indication.
Yes, it is there in the IPSS system. For example, there is one guard located at two guards located 200, 500 meters separate difference. If there is an intruder in between coming, it might happen the guard has seen him and not seen him, but the camera would have seen him or the radar would have seen him. So in such case, the control center activates the nearest audio alarm of that guard. So what he does is he now picks up his weapon from wherever that alert sound is coming. He knows that intrusion is likely to take place there. So he remains alert to shoot down that person. That is already there.
Okay. So the command center would already know if there is such a threat, right? And the appropriate guard is alerted, and vice versa.
Might be, command center might not know unless the guard say. It might also happen that my drone is not picked up by my CUS radar or CUS RF detector, and I am waiting. It might happen that I have not picked him up. So in this case, the command center is not aware till such time the guard creates an alert and then he tells me that there is a threat, or the guard is not aware, he is looking somewhere else, whereas the drone is picked up by the radar, whereas now the command center knows and he activates that location's audio alarm system.
So is it safe to say that all the aerial threats are first coming to the command control center through radar? And
Not
all the
necessary.
visual threats-
Not necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. You're right. All electronic detections will come onto command and control center, whereas visual detections will come through the guard to the command control center.
Okay. And camera
Is that
as
what you want to do?
and camera as a detection center would be coming to command center, or first it would feed to the guard or the
No. Command center. When the camera at the perimeter detects either a drone or a ground movement, it is coming to the command center.
Okay, understood.
How many maximum number of targets are envisaged at the same time in the same second or time frame?
See, it depends on a drone. In a swarm droning scenario, it can be 50 to 100. Now there could be birds, there could be aircraft, there could be many things.
Right.
So it is. If I
Sorry, I lost you.
so around the base there is population. So there will be people moving around, running, driving.
I'm sorry, we lost you in between.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is we cannot define a particular number that way because on for a ground threat, a ground target detection, there could be population living around our bases. So there could be a lot of people moving around the perimeter, which is detected by either the radar or the sensors or the guard himself or the camera, and they will keep telling me it is friend, and suddenly he starts running, it will become an enemy for me. So same way in the air, if it's a swarm droning scenario, it could be 50 to 100 drones. Or if it is less, it could be 1, 2, 3. So we cannot define a particular number that way. How does it matter to you in any case?
No, I just
Because you're not putting any sensor.
There is a
in terms of the response time of the decision
no.
making.
What?
We're looking in terms of the response time. What's the response time cutoff? Like there are hundreds of drones which are coming in, and I have to give a response back to the guard who is away from me. I mean, are you saying okay, every responses should have been done after 1 minute? Then it's a very bad long processing time. But if you say I need it in milliseconds or seconds, the system has to be designed accordingly.
I understood your point. I got your point. Now, let us assume in a live scenario, a drone is detected. My radar is instantly, that means by the pulse, the moment it comes back, it is instantly telling my radar receiver, that there is something there. The radar receiver, through a software integration, is giving me instantly it is telling me there is a blip there on my screen. Okay.
Right.
Now this blip is, I might straight away declare it friendly or enemy, or my software solution AI solution will automatically declare it, and then my response is instantaneous. It will be, I'll just click immediately to activate the alarm system or the jammer.
Yeah. So with that respect, the number of targets coming in simultaneously based on which the software.
So I understood your point. What I'm trying to say is the target might be, there are like, imagine a base. There are around 10,000 people living around my base. I keep monitoring it. I'm not responding to everyone. I'm keeping on monitoring, but software data is coming on my picture, on my COP combined picture. I know there is somebody walking around, some farmer is moving around, some birds are flying, some drone is flying there, which I know. But the moment I put a threshold that this guy crosses this place, I will make him enemy. So the number of people whom I am making enemy might be much lesser than, but that doesn't mean that you will not track the other people. The data for me on the compiled or that picture should give me the entire picture. Who's friend or foe? Foe might be very less compared to the number of friends.
Okay.
There is one clarification. I believe we have the systems which are processing all these data and giving us displays. There are detectors in the system, both passive, active and EOIR. It is already combined and available for respective systems. Suppose I have 4 systems in a base. I want the picture of all these 4 systems to be combined and then ported to a central location. This is the first requirement.
Okay.
Sir,
And the second requirement is that since all these are electronic systems, since I have the perimeter guards available all around the perimeters, in case if they are seeing something visually, they should be able to communicate to this central location using some mode other than voice, and I should be able to send them an alarm from the central location.
Understood.
sir,
Good morning,
may I
sir.
ask a-
Sir, this is Rana Amit from Crucial Technology. We are a startup based out of IT Delhi. Sir, in this scope, there are multiple sensors involvement. There are some sensors might be government owned, some sensors might be private entity owned. So, in terms of the interface integration perspective, will those interface integration be given by? I mean, who is the stakeholders in terms of the integration? Because as a let's say as a development agency will not be able to coordinate with all those OEMs who are the manufacturers of these sensors. Some sensor will have a data format in A format, some will have in Z format. So how will we integrate in terms of, and who is the stakeholder in terms of these data sharing?
Okay, so
This is an excellent question. I just wish to add across to that. For example, let's say a COS system and a radar track is available. Will that track then will be available to us through some sort of an ICD?
yeah. So what we'll do is that if once you have formulated how you're going to develop this software to create a RASP or a recognized picture for us. So I have at least 4 or 5 agencies who are working on a particular base, like what Amit has rightly brought out. A COS might have 3 different OEMs might be giving me sensors, and the IPSS is definitely a 4th guy. So what we will do, once your architecture, what is your what you need is given to us, I will interact with these 4 people OEM. I will make a consensus amongst them how I can take the data out. What you need is a data output from there, correct?
Right, sir.
Anna? So
Right. So the
in
data
that,
output is required not only for example, over here we're simply talking about the one end of the system where we are aggregating the data. We'll talk about how do we communicate the data and how do we render the data in a separate manner, but broadly 3 blocks. So the first block, data itself is getting integrated. We are assuming that the data is already available in the way that either the radars will give the track, or if there is a CCTV system, the CCTV system is already going to detect, localize something, and is already going to give predetermined detected elements.
correct.
Alternatively, this opens another question, that is detection also in the scope? In the
No,
scope, say,
no. I will detect. I will give that through a cable to you wherever you're going to give me this picture. Either a cable or LoRa, that will work out. That particular part I'll come back to you, or through a cable which is riding on an RJ or whatever it is. I will tell you the data is available on this cable now. You take out this data from here, convert it into a software, and give me a picture for me.
Right, sir. And this
okay.
has to be two-way communication, right? I mean, one is not at the receiver end. We will, as a command center system, it can operate that particular sensor also in some cases.
Yes, correct.
Now
So
this
because
common operating picture,
once I give an
let's
OFC
call,
cable, let us assume that there is a COS radar located in the perimeter. Okay, and I am giving a laptop terminal of it, or the control terminal of the. It is available in GDCC. The radar and the RF detector is detecting the tracks, and through an OFC on a laptop in GDCC, the data is coming on his software, not your software, his software. And I need the output from the software into the one which that you are making, integrated with the other guy, the third guy who's giving me. So all this data is there at GDCC for you. So you have to integrate this input into a single, maybe a system server, and give me a RASP recognized picture. It is clear now? No.
So one
And
end
that has to
is
get forwarded somewhere else, sir. So the consolidated data that we combine, that has to get forwarded to another system that will generate the alert, or should we generate alert ourselves, or both?
So what we'll do, because now there are 2-3 people involved. Now let us assume that in a base there are at three locations there are 3 different people giving me data. Each one of them has to switch on their jammer independently. You cannot do it. So in your system, I should be able to give a command to each of these laptop, which is kept in the GDCC. So let us assume there are 3 laptops in GDCC, and there is one IPSS, that is a perimeter security ka data output. Now your system should be able to interact with these 4 people and activate the alert or the jammer through your interface.
Okay, so we will take the
then
data
essentially
input. We will
this is
understand
essentially
what the
becoming
sensor
a
is.
complete kill chain, in a way that there is one upstream system which is doing the detection, and then there is a downstream system which is going to be conducting out the EW attack. And over here we are looking for a system which is not only able to completely integrate all the system like a micro IACCS, where you're not looking at a theater level, you're essentially looking at somewhere around your area of responsibility, around your airbase. And you have like this micro IACCS, you have at least gathered all the necessary information and you're showing it in a common operating picture. There is a guy operating it. And you're saying that from the same IACCS, you should be able to trigger EW response also.
Correct.
That is correct.
Correct. Absolutely.
With manual overrides, of course.
Yes, manual override. Yes.
Now, because this is now most certainly a system whose efficacy depends very well in terms of its ability to integrate data coming from multiple upstream sources and its ability to actuate executive commands to multiple downstream systems. Over here, most certainly, are the pre-existing systems and the policies in place that IAF network over which systems operate actually have ICDs available to pass this data and take executive commands from a third-party system?
See, as of now, independent systems are giving me data. Independent systems are being operated by me, which I have purchased it, and I am independently activating these systems. Okay, so so if there are 3 COS systems and the perimeter security solution, for these 4 of them from the command control center, I am giving independent directions. Oh, you switch on now, you switch off now through their laptops. Now, integrating these 4 into one common system is what we wanted. Yes, I understood your point. All these 4 might not be running on a yeah.
That was sent yesterday. So what are you doing now?
No, I'm getting you.
Asked you to do suit. That what about the school I told you? Yes, sir. Where is the school? Work on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Priority. Gilly suit can come separately. School is
Hey, George,
finish the school first. Okay, I told you, get the school, do that. That takes time. Gilly suit can always change, no one character. It doesn't make it takes time. Because that one
What, can you mute yourself?
Not able to hear, sir. Somebody is like,
tell me something else. No,
there's somebody speaking in the
George, Jacob, please mute.
Do that. Yeah, but doubt you tell me. I told you, school is you. I'm telling you, I don't like wasting time.
I think admin
George,
can
Jacob, you are
Mr.
speaking
Jacob,
on
please
the
mute.
Okay, got it. So, Amit, I think what I was trying to say, if there are 4 systems, 4 of them must be running on their own softwares onto a laptop. Let us assume a laptop or a PC. These 4 systems are giving data in different type of software to a common place. What I need is take out data from all these 4 of them into our system, what we are guys are going to make it now, and give commands to these systems from my system, which we will develop. As of now, what his question was, I'm forgetting. His question was that do we have the facility? Yes, as of now we do have it, but independently we are giving directions to these systems independently.
So of these sensors will be on the integrated.
So we will keep AFNet away from this.
Right.
It will. I'll clarify it in the beginning itself. There will be no AFNet. We will be a standalone system. So I will give you a clarification on whether it can ride on the existing OFC, which I have already, or a LoRaWAN. That clarification I will tell you. Coordinating with these multiple agencies involved will be my job. I will first have a meeting. Once you guys tell me what is your requirement, I will discuss with these people. I will try to get into maybe an MOU kind of a thing with them to help you develop this system.
Yes, sir. I have one question on this regard. Thanks for explaining. So now, so the systems are different and it has to be independent over there. Now the data will become real time on this. How this data will be streaming? Like, for example, CCTV you have the data. So you said in the local you have all this object detection. Now it will come to our system. So the new system which you are going to develop it will have like data constantly coming, or if there is any event is happening, that time it is coming.
It is 24 into 7. 24 into 7.
No, that's fair enough, 24/7. But is a live data, the whatever in their system is coming also come
No,
to us?
it will be live connected into your system. Finally, when we develop our system, let us assume that it is a server and a big screen or a 100-inch screen. Now, all this will be on one side. There will be cables coming into your server. From all these guys, there will be cables coming to your server, writing data from different sensors. Your server or your software will process this entire data, and in one picture, I will take out all others pictures. I will keep them on standby only when I need it. So your projector will tell me one picture of all these four people.
Okay. You are saying ki because their data will be coming through their cable and that system, because question is that ki then you have to integrate their data, you have to build it all this format over there. Okay, understood. Now tell me, sir, one thing is that the latency and all those stuff, because since that these data will be coming through the different sources, right? And in the command center display, what kind of latencies and everything you're acceptable on your this thing as a acceptance criteria or performance criteria?
Okay. Now, see, when we integrate systems, latency is, I don't think we can expect any latency because it will be live detection of radar, which is an actual real time, actual flying, right, real time. It will be two radars picking up. So latency is not accepted. I will tell you the exact figure. Kanav, I'll get back to you on this also. What is the technical term for this? How much of mu or mu seconds or something like that? I'll get back.
Sure, sir. Okay, understood. Thank you.
Now, the system that we would be making, this system would give out commands to the other four systems, which is the 3 CUS and 1 IPSS. The commands going out, would those be controlled by manual? I mean, would those be controlled by people, or these commands can also go automated fashion by AI, which would be built into this one mother system?
Yeah, both. It should be automatic, but there should be a manual override available.
As well. Okay, got it.
Heard a little while ago you said that a network is also available over a LoRaWAN. If I understand, this is a wireless network. Am I correct?
LoRa is wireless. We also have an OFC network, but I will get not all. But I'll get back to you on this. That's what I told. This clarification I'll give you. How the data will ride it. But for you, what we do is that at the command and control center, wherever you're going to set up your server, your PC, or whatever you call it, the data will reach you there. You don't have to worry about how you get the data from there to you.
Copy that. I heard you, sir. Thanks for that clarification. Because we also talked about there is also the data of QRTs which are on the move. So I'm assuming mobile assets which are already on the ground, their data is also in some way which has to be wireless.
Yes.
Being made available.
Now we have come to that part. After nobody asked question on that QRT part. Now this is for everybody to understand. This QRT will be on the move. So I need to know the location of the QRT and where my guards are. Correct? So I need these people to have something with them. This is the hardware we're talking about. Something with them wherever they are located. It should keep telling me where they are on my command picture. So ideally, we'll have to run on a LoRa. There is no other option because obviously it cannot run on a OFC. Because, so that we need to have a IP kitna, encryption. 256. I'll tell you. I think it's 256 encryption. Kind of that. What is that standard encryption that we do?
I will mention that, sir. Pardon me if you will allow me, and I could be wrong over there. Just give me an industry. Your AES 128 is considered to be a safe enough encryption. If you want to go for AES 256, you can do that. But bare minimum AES 128.
Going forward, we are asking all industry to comply with AES 256.
Correct. AES 256 is what we want an encryption. So that equipment, whichever the guard and the QRT will have a AES 256 encrypted, and we can have our own TARs which transmit their data to me through AE 256.
Okay, sir, I copy that. Once again, continuing on the same, pardon me, I will only be asking for those reasons where I'm personally feeling that there are some dark areas. So we have wireless connectivity also inbuilt into the system. Is it one way that it is only the guard or the QRT's location and status which needs to be, or there is a vice versa of information which has to be given back to the guards also in the form of some remote terminal which they are carrying? And this has to be wireless, and this has to have GPS location available, and we are operating in an environment which is a heavily contested EW environment where GPS location is likely going to be jammed and your radio bandwidth is likely going to be heavily constrained. Over, sir.
Okay. As of now, we have these systems available in which the PDA with the QRT gives the data of my entire picture which I am seeing at my command and control center, but I'm not using it because of the same issue of AES 256. So it is available. So only the QRT need to have a pad or a PAD which will give him. If that we can, if there is a problem in getting that, we can do away with that also. We'll look at it. But ideally, you should start developing with the PDA with the QRT. Otherwise, it is one way. The commander knows where his guards, where his QRT is moving. He also knows where his enemy is moving in from. The commander. This is for the commander to take a decision faster. But you are right. Yes, we need to. Right now, I'm thinking we need to have a wireless system for this data coming from the guards to you. We need to definitely.
Sir, based upon our very limited read of the problem statement, there is a significant amount of RF bandwidth required in order to truly realize a system which is of the desired efficacy. And this RF component of this is going to be heavily constrained. I mean, for people along the perimeter, moving all over the place, an area where your RF bandwidth is so constrained because of your navigation systems, your radar systems, your EW systems, wireless jamming. What I would request is truly perhaps maybe across the table discussion across onto this to we think about the architecture, its components, and more important, the bandwidth required.
No. Tell me. I'm not worried about the EMI part of it. Okay, here. The RF bandwidth will be enough. So guards, when I say, I can't give you the exact numbers, but it is not too many as what you think. And the people who are moving around, who will respond to me through an RF to give me their location. Not many will be there. It will be 2 QRT points roaming around. It will be maybe 30, 40 or 50 guards. So I don't think it will be that many, but we will, yes, discuss on the medium of communication. That is whether it's going to be RF or can we have a some other one second, na? Just wait. ये वो वाला system जो
So we have had quite a detailed discussion on the problem statement. Only few things from Directorate of Aerospace Design I want to clarify. Firstly, any data sharing in terms of like geotag maps or feed of CCTVs, this will be undertaken with firstly, as of now, whatever startup we shortlist to work with for the design and development, we will enter into a formal contract through DIO and also non-disclosure agreement. So we can have an initial prototype which will be built on open source data. However, as the project progresses into some milestones, into some prototype stage, and once we are able to take it into into IF premises, then we will be able to provide very targeted and specific information based on NDA as well as other security protocols which we have in place. What I could want to summarize in terms of requirement of Airforce is that all the independent sensors we have, we want a composite sensor which kind of gives us intelligence out of all these inputs. So integrating is one part, but then giving us an intelligent solution or picture out of it is a more important requirement. One query was there in terms of who will coordinate with for data. Air Commodore Pradeep has already clarified. We will have a nodal directorate at Air Headquarters who will be responsible for liaising with other OEMs which are giving us data, and to you it will be in the formats which is given out by them. It will be provided to you at your product solution place. Any policy changes or any policy intervention which is required, it will be dealt by Airforce at Air Headquarters level to facilitate the development of this product. The latency for product, one query was there. The latency, we expect real-time fusion. So whatever latency is there in fusing the data which is available to you, which we expect to run into some milliseconds, only that will be expected. Other than that, there is no latency figure which we have to give out today. We will expect this feedback to come from industry, and we will take forward the best solution which we have. Also, prior to conduct of HPSC, we do not expect any across the table meetings or in-person meetings, because you see large number of industries participating. So this outreach is meant for this purpose. We will look out for your good detailed technical proposals. We'll shortlist those proposals. During HPSC, have a fair round of questionnaire, your presentation and question answers. And then in detail, work will happen with the startup who's shortlisted out of this process. Thank you.
Sir, deliverable part is not clear.
Deliverable will be mutually decided with the winner startup. Generally in IDEX, at least one prototype. So when we say one prototype, it will kind of materialize into system for one of the IF bases, which we will choose as a nodal base. That will be the deliverable for the project.
A number of operator console and servers required in one system?
That we can't really spell out today. So we can look at least there will be one nodal system, main and standby. We can come, the directorate will take a call as we go forward with the winner startup in terms of number of minimum tabs which are to be taken for demonstration of prototype. But today to say how much will be required as deliverable, it is not fixed as of yet.
And networking systems are part of this system, or you will provide the network?
Networking systems as in, if you could elaborate?
Like you are saying the Wi-Fi or whatever other medium of communication, will that be available, or we need to incorporate for that? Because as such, I heard
for certain aspects you will have to incorporate, wherein we are saying that commands to generate to operate this RF systems or EW systems are to be generated by that system. So certain places it will be required, and in certain places like for sensors, like we do not expect you to have a system wherein you put on radar or something. Those will already be in operation. So for certain systems you may require, for other systems it will already be existing.
So how will we calculating the total costing in that case?
So as on today, if we look forward to a detailed technical proposal. When it comes to costing of the project in the subsequent phases of the project, wherein some winner startup is shortlisted, with that startup we work on the specifics of deliverables, comm systems required, and then detailed product breakdown is worked out with them. For today, you can make certain assumptions and present your budget based on the assumptions which you have made.
Okay. And
So
any voice communication is the part of this?
Hello. I think what all specifics the directorate has brought out through this last 1 hour discussion, all those components are part of the project. I'm really sorry for interjecting, but we are running out of time. We have subsequently reviews planned for 2 more projects. So if you could, I will request Rep at DIU, if I could wrap this up in next 2-3 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next project. Okay. Will
Sir, thank you
cost
so
would
much
not
for
be
the
a factor for
clarification. One
decision?
final question. Which is the likely place of prototyping, deployment, and evaluation? The likely geographical location, sir? Last question, sir.
If you ask, I'll request PM Air if that is something that has been decided. But otherwise, for today's discussion,
how will it how does it matter?
firms that I'm saying it is not relevant to today's discussion. And what is the nodal base we will shortlist for prototyping?
It could be you
Sir,
can take the template of any airbase. You can take the template of any airbase if that is a.
yeah. So, sorry, for selection
Geographical
of
sizing and
any
all, you
vendor
please
or
make assumption
startup,
for any
technical
IF
is the only criteria?
Can you say again, please? Somebody was.
Yeah, I'm asking for selection of a particular startup or a vendor. Is technical capability the only criteria that you have in mind, or cost or legacy or pedigree? What kind of work has been done? You'll be checking on that as well.
So as of now, it's only technical capabilities, but during the presentation, you can let us know if there are any capabilities or any similar systems that you have developed. That's always a additional point.
Okay.
But you can, as of now, stick to the template which has been prescribed by DIO in the form.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
and this is for one unit, correct? Only one location right now, one node, so to speak.
One base node might
One
be
base, right?
One base.
One base. Understood.
So, request to please wrap up. Ankur, can you please let the participants know about the form which is available for any subsequent queries?
Yes, ma'am. So first, thank you so much, Group Captain Kanav sir, for the session. To all the innovators, we had a very healthy discussion for this 14 challenge title, Composite Situational Awareness Picture. Now we request, due to the shortage of time, that we'll wrap for this challenge and we'll move on to the next one. Any queries, subsequent queries which you are having, you may kindly visit our website, which is idex.gov.in, and you may post all your queries on the same, and we'll definitely reach you out once we receive the queries. With this, we will wrap the outreach for this 14 challenge title, Composite Situational Awareness Picture, and we'll move on to the next challenge, which is development of anti-drone munition of following types to be fired from 7.62 to 5.56 mm caliber rifles for countering drones. Thank you, everyone.
Karthik, requested to please flash the next problem statement on screen.
Yes. Ma'am, is our screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
So next problem statement is for development of anti-drone munition to be fired from 7.62 and 5.56 mm caliber rifles for countering drones. I expect the industry would have gone through the problem statement. So rather than taking time in explaining the problem statement, we can directly move to Q&A, and we'll follow the same template. All project queries, I'll request user directorate to answer. Procedural or any project wise, DIO along with the Directorate Aerospace Design would take on. Karthik, we can begin the Q&A round, please.
Requesting innovators to kindly ask their queries for the challenge.
Hello, sir. This is Ritesh from SSS Defense, Bangalore. So my question here is, what is the type of target that we are looking to engage?
Aerial target. Aerial target. It could be. You want a size would be micro drone above. Micro specification. I'll
So you mean quadcopters, fixed wings, FPVs?
Yeah, that is
yes,
correct.
yes, correct.
Okay. But considering the pressure and impact, so what is the impact radius that we are looking at? Because on quadcopters and fixed wings, the size of the drone would be larger, and the impact required to destroy the drone would be more. So, is there any parameter of velocity of the fragmented projectile and the impact radius data that we are looking at?
See, the ammunition is going to be used in the existing weapon that we have. So you can assume that the range of the weapon is approximately a kilometer. So within this, you will be telling us at what distance after leaving the muzzle of the ammunition can the ammunition burst happen into multiple rounds. That is a least. So you will have some tech specs that within 100 I cannot split into 3 or 4, but at 200 I'll be able to split into 3 or 4, and at the max range I should be having a radius of 30 centimeter, I can say.
Sir, Major Bajwa here, sir, from Zaneta Defense. Sir, I've got a couple of questions pertaining to the type of weapon we'll be putting up. Is it an LMG or an MMG based sort of a system, or is it basically an AR platform? What
Yeah.
is the beaten zone? What is the beaten zone that we are considering, and that basically the beaten zone of the entire, for example, the MMG at 800 to 1200 meters and a 4x4 target has a very different radius as comparison to AR, sir. So I would request if there is any beaten zone and a platform that we are primarily focus upon, sir.
Okay, I'll clarify this. So it is a small arms that we call, which would be an AK class of weapon, AK, MI, 6 or those class of weapon. And it will be, the platform will be, the individual could be on ground carrying, it will be sitting in the air, but that is immaterial. What you should understand it is an assault weapon, and it will be an LMG and below class, above pistol class, and using an ammunition of 7.62 with maximum range of 1 kilometer. At 1 kilometer, my spread should not be more than 30 centimeters radius.
Sir, understandable, sir. However, sir, the effective range of LMG is 700 meters, and AR platform is not more than 300 for INSAS, 400 for AK-103, and 6 is again 400, sir. And while we try to shoot it in an aerial way, they in the aerial aspect towards a target, the efficiency also reduces due to the drag that the bullets basically counters when it is traveling up, sir. So my only question is, sir, in case we are not going for MMG, will 1000 meters is a standard, or are we also looking for a reduced that sort of a platform, sir? Because for a person to engage 1000 meters, sir,
No.
he
See,
probably
I said max 1 kilometer. The effective kill range is what you brought out, 800 meters. And what I need is these splinters which is coming out from that should have the same muzzle velocity at the max range, or will not be possible. I don't know. Tech specs, you will be able to tell me. You
sir,
understood?
Roger, sir.
Let's
Sir,
go
so
at the max kill range. What you are right, it cannot be more than 800 meters the kill range. The actual range could be more than that, but let us assume the kill range. At the max kill range, the burst should be able to be contained within a 30 centimeter radius.
30 centimeter beaten zone. Got it, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, is there a specific, are we allowed to utilize the same AMK-28 ammunition that 7.62 we currently comes in, or do we also dwell to a different site of propellant mixture that we can explore, sir, for the same speed?
So my ammunition should be able to withstand the capability of AK-103 class of weapon barrel or
Roger,
6
sir.
whichever is the lowest, whichever is the lowest, AK-103 6 or whichever is lower.
Wilco, sir. Wilco, sir.
Anything else? I think that's okay. That's enough.
Any RCS parameters, sir? Sorry, sir. Any RCS parameter of what sort of aerial threat, or is it only relocated to the common RCS parameter threats that we are looking for hardware solution?
It could be quadcopter, that micro drone rule 21 you can go through. I'll just tell you, you want the specs, it is drone rule 20, whatever government of India says micro drone, no? Micro, I think is RCS, I'll tell you once. Micro drone RCS. 0.001 is RCS, but if you want to know the dimension, I'll tell you. Done with.
Sir, this is open source.
See, actually, RCS would not make much of a difference once I tell you once I've told you the spread at the max range. So, once I've told you the spread, it has to be 30 centimeter radius. Then at the max range, I should get that. RCS actually doesn't make any difference to you. How does it matter? Because the target will offer you, what I am assuming, will offer you enough chance at the max range of my assault weapon within the 30 centimeter radius. One of your piece will hit him, is what I'm expecting.
So, any sort of minimum basically engagement distance that we are looking at, or sir,
So that you will be able to tell me the best minimum would be the best guy, but you will be able to tell me when the bullet comes out of the barrel at what minimum distance it can burst. That because that speed you need, no propelling out speed. So that you will be able to tell me what is the minimum distance it can start spreading. I will say the moment it leaves the barrel, it spreads into 30, but it's not possible. So
sir,
you define that.
That will also defeat the range, also, sir.
Correct. So you define that to get the max benefit range of the weapon. At what min distance the split will take place, you can decide that.
Roger, sir. Roger, sir.
Anything else, Kanav? I think that's it.
Affirm, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, otherwise, drone dimensions, etc., all is open source information.
Yeah, open source information. Yeah.
To please abide by whatever are open source information available on this.
So the main aspect,
nano drone.
Main aspect why
go for the nano drone drone rule 21. Nano drone will be the ideal target which I would like to shoot it.
The main reason why this has been floated is that when you are having a kinetic weapon, if you are seeing a drone, obviously the drone cannot be seen at a kilometer away. It will be at a distance where you can sight a drone of a nano class. And if you are using a conventional bullet, it is a single bullet. So in case if there are splinters in that bullet, your kill probability increases. That is the main requirement. So accordingly, the specifications and all that thing may be given when your proposals are coming across.
Roger, sir. Sir, just a last question from that thing, sir. I just wanted to know, sir. Basically, is there any consistency? Are we planning to group it like the tracer that we put along with that thing, or is it going to be a completely different mag altogether for this, sir? Are we trying to do that so that the auto function and the entire thing works in the same way, sir? Is there any thoughts, or that has not yet been decided, sir?
Not yet been decided. It's a solution in terms of a bullet which can be fired and it can split. That is all, to have a better kill probability against a aerial target which is moving.
Right, sir. Wilco, sir. Thank you.
So Ritesh here. So what will be the acceptance test procedure once the design is done? Is there anything that is decided?
Kanav, any comments on this?
Sorry, sir, I missed. I couldn't hear properly. Could the last question be repeated?
Yes, sir. Is there any acceptance test procedure for the round once the design is finalized?
Of course, sir, that will be laid out mutually through the course of design and development. But as on today, there will be no QTP or ATP which has been formulated. However, we'll work along with the shortlisted company to come up with the mutually acceptable testing and acceptance criteria, which will clearly lay out whatever is the pass fail we expect the system to have.
Got it. And is there any, because this being airborne listen for Air Force, is there any certification required for like semi-lac or airworthiness certification?
No, sir. This is a 100% ground-based system. So
Okay.
we will require product qualification in terms of we will reach out to DGAQA. So whatever environmental specs we expect the bullet to operate in, all those technical qualifications in terms of temperature, vibration. Other participants, if you could request to mute your mic. So all qualifications in terms of entire environmental tech specs will the product will have to comply with. Otherwise, no airworthiness certification will be involved with this.
Got it, sir. Yeah, that's all from my end. Thank you.
Sir, just that thing, sir, will IDEX also help us with the procurement of the propellant and the primer caps that are required for this, sir?
Hi. Yes, we will try to reach out to few things. He's well in our
Ma'am, you're not audible.
I'm saying that we can help.
In the morning, there was
Mr.
some
Saman
requirement from one side. The thing was that there is something known as IDEX challenges. So for that, there is a limit of the annual turnover. So I just wanted to know that where are we pegged last year and what is our expected turnover? Then I can see whether we can apply or not.
Mr. Skand Pujari, if you can please mute your mic.
Okay, and last year was 125 से थोड़ा नीचे था, isn't it?
Participant.
चलो, so that is safe because last year limit was 125. So whatever we have applied last year will be governed by last year's limit. This year, fortunately, they have increased it to 10 CR. Okay, and the another not 10 CR, 1000 CR, I think, or something like that. Okay, so no, sorry, 500 CR. Sorry, my mistake. 500 CR. Yeah, so we are not close to that. Second thing is, we are, they have divided the limits between micro, mini, and medium. So we are into medium, isn't it? Yeah, so that's what I wanted to confirm. Okay, thank you very much. How are things? All well, all well, and yeah, fortunately, few things are moving. Okay, okay. Okay. And daughter's marriage, that time I had exchanged greetings.
Excuse me,
Everything.
Mr. Skand Pujari, if you can mute your mic, please. Mr. Skand Pujari, if you can.
Any plan to visit Delhi in near future?
सर थोड़ा म्यूट कर लीजिए पर्सनल बातें चल रही हैं
Sir, it has been muted, sir. We can continue.
Ankur, request you to please coordinate this. He's been on for the last 5-10 minutes.
Hello, can I ask a question, please? This is Shubhodeep from Ayuka.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, so I am actually a faculty at Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics. So my question is related to this development of submarine fiber optic cable embedded with distributed sensing system. So can I ask that question now? Hello, am I audible?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, I am from an academic institute. So, am I allowed to apply for this one? That is this ADITI 4.0 challenge number 2.
So we are currently discussing the Indian Air Force challenge, but your question is irrespective of the challenge number. So
Yeah,
as an
that is Indian
innovator,
Navy challenge.
yes, sir. So as an individual innovator, you can apply, but
Yeah.
if you get through, then before we sign a contract with you, you'll have to form a startup.
Oh, I have to form a startup.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So that was my question. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And Ankur, can you please keep the screen on with the problem statement?
Ma'am, just I'll just repeat the question before the last question that I asked, ma'am,
Yes, so
regarding the propellant and the.
yeah. So what IDITS will do is we will try to put you in touch with firms who help startups or have MOUs with startup to provide propellants. So we can have the first line of channel open for you. Rest, I think you'll have to speak with them in terms of the commercial aspects.
Oh, that's great. So basically, you are saying that you can patch me up with some startup company. I mean, Aditi can help in that regard.
They said this is not for you. This is for the propellant only question which was asked by Zyantra Defense System.
Okay.
You will have to open your own startup.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Any further questions on this challenge? Otherwise, we can move to the next one.
Kanav, we can move to next one, I think.
Process. Ankur, request you to please flash the next problem statement which was up for discussion.
A screen is visible.
Yes.
Screen is visible. So moving on to the third and last problem statement discussion for today. This is requirement of RF jamming equipment which is compatible with existing kinetic weapons. So otherwise, with lot of industry participation, majority people are aware we have lot of RF jamming equipment which is available as on date. However, as isolated weapon systems, what we are looking forward to is having an attachable or detachable RF emitter which can be operated against drone threats. However, it does not cause any hindrance to the use of primary weapons. Certain specifications which we have tried to put out is essentially the ergonomics and performance of system so that both primary as well as secondary weapon of RF jamming is available to the operator in a single go. So with this brief explanation and details as spelled out in problem statement, we can open for the question and answers from industry. Thank you.
Sir, the spectrum for this jamming is like, what is the frequency required?
As I would say today, we don't want to spell out frequency because the range at which drone systems are evolving, we would like industry solutions to keep up with that spectrum of frequency. So as large band as is feasible within the size, weight, and power requirements, that is what we will look out for.
No, but at least the outer side, like it is the 18 gigahertz or 40 gigahertz upper limit.
No, from IF side, we are not putting out any frequency band. We expect industry to be, especially in the drone domain, to be aware of at what frequencies we have these systems working today as well as evolving in near future. We expect the counter solution also to evolve on expected lines.
As of now, there are no more questions. IDIT's website
Hello.
is available.
Yeah,
Questions?
just a couple of questions. This is Gangadhar from Astra Microwave. So, can we? I mean, if you would
Just one
like to.
Mr. Ritesh, can you please mute your mic?
Yeah. So, if I can just go ahead.
Yeah, please.
I think the idea is good, but when you define the weight without giving the frequencies, that somebody asked, I think it's going to be very challenging. If you would like to have a little more detailed interaction on this, what is a way to reach out to you?
So as of now, any queries which are there, please ask in this technical outreach. It is not.
There's a form.
It is not feasible, first of all, to conduct kind of individual meetings prior to this. Frequency, see, general frequency band, we are aware, but only thing is, if we spell out, say, frequency band, we say 6 gigahertz or 12 or 18 today, then we are kind of customizing the solution to it, which we don't intend to. We intend that industry should come out with the most innovative means in terms of whatever is the max frequency band which can be covered within the specs which are laid out. We look forward to that solution. Otherwise, generic RF bands, all industries aware of what RF guns operate today and where it is going forward in near future. Sir, Manmeet sir, if you have any points to add on this.
With regards to weight, we've already mentioned in serial number 3, the flash screen it should not be more than 1.5 kg, preferably less than 1 kg. And since it is a requirement to be fitted on the existing Picatinny rails of these weapons, the form factor also needs to be catered with regards to that only. So that is what was the challenge all about.
Sir, apologies, sir. That thing, sir. Can it also be under barrel, sir?
Yeah, that can also be done. Without any modification on the rifle, we would like it to be attachable and detachable. Without any modification being done to the rifle, only a small modification can be given, wherein a switch sort of a thing can be given on a rifle, which can be operated when the guard or the security personnel wants to operate the jammer.
These systems might have pretty heavy power requirements. So any power assistance that can be provided for these systems?
We are not looking at more than the power requirement would be, I believe, depending upon range only. Now you can understand, if I'm giving a problem statement with regards to an individual, how far the individual can see when the drone is being operated. So rather than using a kinetic solution of the bullet, he has an option of using it as a soft kill. So a range, definitely I'm looking at a lower one. Accordingly, the power, I believe, would not be much required. That industry has to inform.
Okay, got it.
All right, sir. Thank you. I mean, anyway, the weight is a bit of a concern there, but we will think about it. Thank you.
So if the weight and power requirements don't fit what is being proposed, can we propose what weight and power that we can fit the bill into?
Kanav, from your side, please.
So this is what we have said is, this is broadly from user what we look forward to. However, if holistically we find a solution that within the range, weight, size we are unable to fit, then we will look at whatever is best possible.
Okay, got it.
Sir, so the weight category is not a terms of reference. Is 1.5 kg the upper weight limit? One should not exceed that.
Yes, he should not exceed it, because you see, presently the soldier is carrying a pre-existing weapon. He has to strap on additional 1.5 kgs, which we think is a max upper limit we should subject a person to. However, like if all the solutions which we come across realize that instead of 1.5, it is say 1.7, then that is a technical limitation, and that is not the limitation of an individual person. So that is something which we look at. But otherwise, we would what we would like as a user is that it should preferably be less than 1 kg. However, max up to 1.5 kg is the solution being sought.
Kanav, if there are no more questions, I believe.
Sir, I feel the problem statement is fairly straightforward in terms of what is the requirement. So if there are no more questions, I would like to thank the directorate for sparing time and participating, and all industry partners for coming out and participating in this session with us. Thank you very much, and we look forward to innovative solutions coming in for the industry for all three challenges which we have discussed today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanav. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello. Sir, this is Vishal from IMT Madras. I have a question to be asked. Can I, sir?
Yes, please. I think others have left you.
What are the key limitations in the current handheld anti-drone systems, sir, in the terms of range and power consumption and accuracy?
No, there are no limitations in terms of this. The solution being sought is that as on today, what we have is we have normal kinetic solutions like guns, etc., which do this independent role, and we have RF jamming guns which are independent. What we are seeking is that the RF jamming equipment should come as an attachable mechanism or detachable mechanism onto existing weapons. It is just like in inventory. I don't want our security personnel to have two equipment, and then if he sees a drone, he picks up RF gun. If he sees a anti-natural element, he has to pick up a kinetic weapon. Aim is to consolidate both into a single solution.
Okay, sir. And also, do you see any value in incorporating intelligent systems like machine learning in these problem statements, sir?
Yes, we look forward to any innovation which helps us in the overall process of addressing. But what kind of AIML you want to incorporate, that you may please put across as part of your proposal which you send across to IDEX.
Oh, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Morning, this is Devaya here. Could you please let us know whether you plan to have any outreach programs for the rest of the IAF programs?
100%, sir. All 35 problem statements of IEF have gone out. This includes 2 from DevSpace. Like we have rostered 3 today. Over the next 15 to 20 days, broadly till 15th April, all problem statements will be discussed one by one with the respective users coming in to give kind of their perspective on what they're looking forward to. The roster of what is being done when, you please look out for IDEX DIO Twitter handle. They'll keep issuing out tweets at least 3-4 days in advance of what is coming up in the subsequent days.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. For more details, yes, you can visit our website, idex.gov.in. There we have a query form that is already displayed on the screen itself. And any query related to the specific problem statement, you can fill in and we'll revert as soon as possible. So thank you everyone for joining today's session.
Thank you.
Thank you.